Camera number 443 is the Yashica Zoomtec 70 automatic focusing power zoom camera from the 1990s, all plastic, point and shoot. Everything is automated. You do have a little bit of control, creative control over a few of the settings, but we'll go through those as we go through the camera. The camera takes a battery to power all its operations, and so that's located here in the battery compartment. It's the 2CR5 battery. There we go. And then to turn the camera on, we have the door that covers or protects the lens, and then that zooms out. The lens focal lengths go from 35 to 70, and they are set, as you'll see. Look on the ring here. The zoom button is on the rocker button is on the back here, so if we just zoom those out, you'll see that so I correct myself now, you can actually choose focal lengths kind of in between actually. So there's in between 70 and 60, in between 50 and 60. So you can select those focal lengths. The f-stop goes from 3.5 at 35mm to 6.7 at 70mm. Turning to the top plate, which is where all the settings really are found, apart from the rocker button we mentioned there. Just mentioned the looking through the viewfinder, it's nice and bright actually, and there are some marks in the viewfinder for when we are close up, which we can do macro close up with a 70mm lens. You can typically get sort of a foot and a half close to your subject. And with that combined with the 70mm, you can get quite close. Hopefully that will be demonstrated in the images at the end of the video. And so we have a green confirmation for focus, and then we have a red light to show that whether flash is required or not. Talking about the flash, we do have some control over the flash. It toggles through a series of options here. So let's just put it at auto first of all. There we go. So auto is the default mode, and basically the camera will decide to use flash whenever it determines that's the correct thing to do. If we select the next option, which is another icon, a flash icon, that's a pre-flash. So and then going through the next one, we have night scene mode, and then finally we have daylight flash, or fill-in flash. Okay, the button on the top above the flash icon here toggles through self-timer and multiple exposure, or not multiple exposure, beg your pardon, continuous exposure mode. We have our shutter button, and then we have a provision with a pointy thing, which I don't think is included in the, no, it's not, the camera strap. We need a pointy thing so that we can rewind our film if we wanted to mid-roll. On the back we have the provision to imprint a date, and there's the buttons to set the time and day and month, etc. To put film in the camera, we unlatch the door, and you'll notice there's DX coding. It is only DX coded, you don't have any option to override that. And then we just simply place our cartridge in, making sure that the sprocket holes line up with this mechanism, because of course the film is moved on with the camera automatically, and then when the film reaches the end it will automatically rewind the film back into the canister. On the base we just have a tripod mount, and then we have our camera strap lugs here on the right. So very nice light camera. Having done a little bit of reading on the internet, many people speak very favourably of the lens being very sharp, so we'll see whether that's the case when we look at the images at the end of the video. Now the camera came with this remote control, And the provision on the remote control is for a 2-second delay or instantaneous, sliding the switch there. Now to activate, I didn't realise, but there are actually 2 settings on the on-off button. That's the one that we would normally use. But if you want to use the remote, you have to just push it back 1, and then we get this red light that indicates we're now operating in remote control mode, and hopefully that's instantaneous, and then there's a 2-second delay. So nice to have that put in, and it does go into the pouch of the camera all together, so that's nice. So that's the Yashica Zoomtec 70, camera number 443.